Hello, crafty friends. Welcome to day 13 of December Daily 2019. And you guys, this might be the project that wrecks me. Like, today's story might be the day where I bit off a bit more I can chew, and I'm dropping stuff already. So there we go. That's how this video is going. But today might be the day that I bite off a little bit more that I can chew. I'm going for it anyway because on this channel we go big or go home. Also, you might have noticed that there's a new addition to my neck of the woods. That's because I gave up on fighting the beast, and I now have 2 albums for 2019 because here's where we are so far, and today's day 13. So, if you are not taking the product play class and you love December Daily as much as I do, you have done yourself a disservice, and you probably should go and, if you can, sign up for product play. Allie and her team are ridiculously creative. I like to think that I'm pretty creative and I have mastered the flip out, but Allie and her team are doing some wonderful things this year. And so today I am documenting my little sunshine. I think you all saw this coming, but Noah is making his December Daily debut in my album today. In his daycare, my sister said they were doing like an ugly sweater theme day, and she sent me these pictures of Noah in his ugly sweater. And first of all, she should be like ashamed of herself for calling this an ugly sweater because Noah's just too adorable for words. But of course this is going in my album because it's the perfect story, and it's the perfect way to write a letter to my nephew. So I have a few things on my desk. Lisa, her name is Freckle Pickle on Instagram. For her story, she did her theme was wreaths, and she had created this wreath cut file, and hers was a bit smaller, but I sized mine way up, and I'm doing a hybrid of her lesson and Morgan, her name's Morgan Beal, her lesson, because she had did this cool swivel thing on her story day, and I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going for it anyway, because I have this nice long letter to Noah, and if this completely falls apart, I do not have a plan B, so we're making this work. The other thing I have on my desk was a transparency I made in my foundation pages. I recently bought a laminator, so I punched out some white hearts, and then this PNG I cut on gold vinyl, and it just says, "This December photo has my heart," and it's perfect for documenting this photo of Noah. So it's gonna lay like this in the album, and then I'm gonna put a gold 13 probably like right on top of it, or to the right. That's the left, to the left of it. So we are going for it, you guys. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I workshopped it a little bit, but it was too hard to like create the whole idea without just making the page. So I'm going for it. So that's hopefully, if I can figure out how to assemble it, that's how it's going to look outside of the page. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just going to put a star brad in, because when Morgan did hers, that's how she attached hers. She used some small brads. I don't have like really small brads. I just have these like star ones that I've been using everywhere, but they are relatively flat and they should do the job. So I punched a hole and I'm just gonna attach a brad. We're going for it. I have again, no idea if this is gonna work. No idea what's gonna happen. You and I are figuring this out together, so all aboard I'm really hoping that we don't end up on the struggle bus like we did on day 9. Trying to avoid a repeat of that performance. But sometimes that's what happens when you take risks. Things don't work out the way you intended them to. So, okay. All right, so we're already making progress. So that's going to do that. Then I'm going to go ahead and attach the second photo, which will come out like that. I have to keep laying the wreath and everything over it so I can make sure that it's spaced properly. Okay, so that looks good. So same thing. We're going to just put this back. There's so many bits and pieces. Okay, we're gonna put this back just so I can make sure, like if my journaling is here, I need this photo to go right here. I just need to make sure that it's the right orientation when it swivels out, or it won't make sense. Okay, so that can go right here. going to do the same thing. Punch that hole and put the brad before it moves. And while I am fighting with this, I do want to say thank you to all of you. You guys, first of all, I cannot figure out how to hold this to punch this hole. I am so fortunate and so blessed. Like, we're just past lucky. I am just so blessed to have you guys as my viewers, as my subscribers, as this little community that we're building on my corner of the internet. I shared a really hard story yesterday. And if you haven't seen my day 11, because I messed up the order of my stories. If you haven't seen my day 11 story, I told the story, I talked about losing my medical director and losing my boss. So I talked about grief and, and love and loss and all those other things. And it was a hard story to tell. I'm not going to lie. It was hard. And while I was setting up to film, I kept thinking, do I really want to do this today? Like, is this something I'm willing and I'm ready to do on camera? Because I knew I was going to end up crying. I knew I was going to get choked up. And I kept thinking, is this something that I'm willing to do today? And I did it because I like to tell my subscribers, like I like to tell people I talk to, that vulnerability and being open is its own reward. But then there's also the reward of sharing with people and being seen by other people. And you guys, the response that I got to that video was more than I could have ever dreamed. You guys are so kind. And I am so lucky and so blessed to have you. So thank you. Consider this my way of just saying, this is my way of showing gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so here Noah is in his wreath. And I put too much tape. So I'm going to have to either get that tape off or figure something out. Because if I don't, this is not going to work the way it's supposed to because it's going to stick to this. You know what else I just realized? I didn't think this through. I didn't leave myself enough space to attach my swivel piece to this. Because Morgan did a much better job of explaining this than I am. I am just ruining this. This backing piece has to be attached to this in a way so that the swivels work. So now I got to figure out how to attach this. So what I needed to do, and I didn't do, what I needed to do is have a bigger circle so that I could have attached it. But what I might do, because I am 100% winging it, is see if I can create enough of a lip where I could stick this down. So which way do these swivel? All right. Okay, guys, we're going for it. So this is going to go. This is going to go like this. And that's how it's going to look when it's open. Wait, I'm just turning it so I can figure it out. So that's how it's going to look when it's open. And then this one is just going to go out like this. So since this is the way I need it to look when it's open, I'm wondering if I could just, okay, that might not work. So the photo works perfectly. This works really well. This is exactly what I wanted it to do. My journaling is just too big. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go for a bit and figure this out because sometimes I think I was a little too ambitious today. I'm gonna go for a bit, figure this out, and I'll come right back. Okay, friends, I'm back, and this was 100% almost the project that broke me. I couldn't figure out, I've been working on this off camera for maybe 45 minutes, 45 long minutes, and I couldn't figure out how to make the double swivel work. And I really want to, oh, hold on. I actually might be able to make it work after all. I think this one just needs to go, never mind, I'm making it work. I am committed to making this. I'm committed to making this happen. I'm probably giving myself a lot of work to figure out how to make day 14 go on the back of this, but I will figure that out on day 14. I wanted both of these pictures of Noah in my album, and I am getting it. Got it. Okay, so here's the bits and pieces. So this, okay, I got it. Oh, I got it. Great. Okay, that's perfect. All right, so here is Noah in his wreath, living his best life. I've managed to get glue on his face because I've been messing around. And then my journaling, if I'm grabbing the right one, will swivel out, and there's my journaling. And then right behind him is another picture of him, because everybody needed some Noah dimples in their life. And that is how, yes, okay, I am feeling. So remember how I told you we were not getting back on the struggle bus today? You guys, we were 100% on the struggle bus. I just saved you from coming along on the ride, because that was, I don't even know if I told you. I don't even think I have words to tell you how awful, like absolutely awful that was. So that was nerve-wracking, and that was exhausting, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. And you saw I just figured out how to do it like right at the last second. But I really wanted this second picture of him, so I'm glad I made it work. So what I ended up doing was, instead of using a circle, I just took a funky rectangle, and then I trimmed it and trimmed it and trimmed it until it made sense. I attached it with a tiny bit of foam tape, and when I back it for day 14, I imagine everything will be so much more secure after everything is backed. And so I have this holiday fun piece and a gold star. I really want to use a gold star just because this has gold over it, and I want to figure out how to make that work. So I do think I'm just going to put my 13 right next to that sentiment, and we are going to go. Yeah, so at the adventure, Tashiana has learned a few things. I have learned that I am nowhere near as crafty as I think I am. I've learned that I do flip-ups well, and I probably should. How is it that I have a ruler and I still can't do this? So I've learned that I do flip-ups well, and I probably should stick to what I'm good at, and I should leave the circular elements to other people, because every time I play with circles, I mean, if you saw my day 19 spread, that I played with semicircles there, and that did not go well either. So clearly circles are not a shape for me. I'm gonna keep trying, because I've never given up without a fight. But in the battle between Tashiana versus circles, circles are winning. And I'm going for it anyway, because I love how this looks. Like, it's so cute. And I have this Noah's just so adorable. So I think I might put the star next to here, and then put another star here, instead of trying to layer that star over the chipboard. And yeah, this is going to add a lot of dimension, but you know what? I just got a third album. I mean, a third album, God forbid. I just got a second album, and I got a second album so I could do all the dimensional bits, so I might as well. So I'm just going to put 3 of these gold stars down in a visual triangle, because rule of thirds and blah 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 and design theory and all those things I pretend to understand. So I put like 2 kind of medium-sized ones, and I'm gonna put a smaller one right here. There we go. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, yay. And Noah's adorable. So it's really easy to make cute things when you have a cute baby. Yeah, Noah's like my favorite human in the history of humans. I love him so much. We FaceTime almost every day, because I was really sick for like 3 weeks, so I couldn't go see him. And then I have school and everything, so we FaceTime every day, and we do this thing where I say, "Who's Titi's baby?" over and over, and he just giggles at me, and it's great. Okay, so here's Noah. This is going, oh my Lord, that is not stuck down at all. I was about to say this is going swimmingly, and I probably should have held my breath, because then that wasn't stuck down, and all it did was move. But I'm going to leave that, let that stick down, and now we have to decide how we're going to get it in the album, because for the most part, the layout is finished. I spent more time trying to figure out how to put it together than I did actually putting it together. So here is my new album, which is nice and flat without a bunch of like stuff in it already. And I'm going to put my transparency down, and I had these are, I forget what they're called, but Tim Holtz makes them. They're like safety pins, but they have like a wide bevel at the end, and Tim Holtz makes them, but these are just some knockoff ones I got from Amazon. And I was wondering if I could attach my wreath into my album this way, and then let's just make sure that I can still swivel out if I do that. And I can. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can attach that into the album. If I can use this to attach it into the album. All right, so here we go. We're going on another adventure because my first adventure was so successful that I could not help myself from repeating. So I need, oh, I really don't want to write on this. I need a way to figure out, all right, I'm not gonna write on this. I'm gonna use this page protector. Because I gotta make sure that I mark exactly where these need to be. And I think I'm just gonna use my my crocodile and punch really, really the small holes, the 1/8 inch, right where this should go. Okay, I'm probably gonna ruin this and I'm probably gonna regret this the second I do it. But you know what? All aboard the struggle bus. We are going for it. This is either gonna be wonderful or this is gonna be horrible and I'm gonna delete this video and you're never gonna see this. So if you see this, then it worked. And if you see something completely different for day 13, then I guess you'll never know. All right, so I got one hole punched. We are going for it, you guys. We are being intrepid. We are boldly going where no scrapbooker has ever gone before, which is 100% not true because I live on the struggle bus and it kind of is what it is. All right, I have punched the holes and I have not regretted it yet. We're going for it. So these are just, like I said, these are little safety pins. And if they work the way they're supposed to, you put them through the hole and then you close the pin. Guys, hold your breath. I'm literally holding my breath right now. And like I said, I just got this. There were like 1,000 of these on Amazon for like $5. So they were really affordable. Tim Holtz makes one, but I couldn't find the Tim Holtz ones, and these were, guys, I think this is working. Let's not speak too soon. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. It worked. Never mind. We can celebrate. It worked. It worked. It worked. It is in the album. Noah in his, oh, wait, why is this moving? Oh my God. Hold on. Let's just make sure this is sitting the way it's supposed to, because I kind of want it. Okay, stop it. Behave yourself. All right. Okay, now we can celebrate. Noah in his wreath is in the album. He does not hang out. It is wonderful. Celebration time. This layout worked. Okay, so I have my 13. I have my, this December photo has my heart. I have my baby. Who's Titi's baby? This is Titi's baby living in his wreath. I have my journaling, which will go in here and then swivel back in. And then I have another photo of him just for a fun little treat. So the other thing I had to do, which Morgan did, which is an excellent idea, is make little markers so you know that there's something to swivel out. And she used the page flags that came in the main kit this year, which I have to find. So yeah, she used these, which I'm going to use also because it's just a perfect way of marking that there's something in there. I'm just going to find either one that's plain. This plain red one's perfect. So I'm going to put this one here. All right, so I think I'm going to glue it down just so it can, just so it works. So yeah, so you just use these as little markers to pull out your thing. And you guys, if you try to recreate this page, please find someone who knows what they're doing. Do not watch my, do not try to use my techniques, because I was 100%, you guys, we were winging it. I had to vanish to do it. That's how much we were winging it. This was 100% an adventure. This is not, I think I like this one that says peace, but it says peace. Maybe this one that says cheer. Maybe this one that says cheer. This is not an adventure that I'd like to repeat at any time. Day 14, 15 through 20 need to go right according to plan before I can be convinced to get back on the struggle bus, because Tashiana does not like being, look, this is already, this is moving. I'm pulling it and it's moving because it's not dry yet. Tashiana does not enjoy being on the struggle bus. I don't like it. I don't want to get back on. All right, so I'm just going to take my other one that says cheer. Man, I need that one to stick out a little bit more because it's behind everything. All right. I don't know if I like that cheer one very much. Okay. So all my elements are moving a lot right now, but that's because I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for day 14 And I don't want to do what I did before, which is back this, because I thought I knew what I was doing, and then I didn't know what I was doing at all. So when I'm ready to work on day 14, then I will back this, and then my elements will not have as much room to be rolling all over the place. And then I put this, so now I put this too far down. All right, here seems to be the sweet spot. Okay, good. So now I have my red banner and I have my green banner, and we're going to test this one more time, make sure it works, and if it works, then I can read you my journaling about my sweet baby Noah. Here we go. All right, let's test it. So this behaved itself just the way it was supposed to. Okay, so you go back where you belong. I'm just making sure this all works. Okay, it went back, and then I have my photo of him, which it's like a little surprise. It's so cute. Okay, so it worked. So all the hubbub was for, well, I don't want to say it was for naught, because it worked. So I have my 13, I have my transparency, and I have my photo of Noah. So now I will read you my journaling, because this went swimming. I'm lying. It didn't go swimmingly at all, but it went. That is the most important thing. Not that it was swimmingly, but it went. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to read you my journaling. So it says, Dear Noah, you, my darling you, came roaring into the world after 30 hours of labor and a C-section, and you have softened this stony heart ever since they let me hold you, and I smelled your sweet baby smell, and you opened your eyes and looked at me for the first time. I must admit, I was less than enthused when your mom told me that I wasn't getting a little niece, but there was something about becoming an aunt, your aunt, that spun my world on its axis and shifted everything I thought I knew. I am thankful for our FaceTime dates, for all the times you've hung up on me, for the naps we've taken together, and the way you hold my finger, tight and sweet, your tiny fist wrapped around my heart. I am thankful for the way my sister and I have bonded over our mutual love of you, over my daily updates that featured photos of you with your chubby cheeks and your deep, deep dimples and your bright and sparkling eyes that don't miss a thing. I'm convinced you've inherited my big brain tempered by her compassion. Over all your milestones and the way our hearts swelled 3 sizes since we met you. You, darling nephew, are the literal definition of a gift, one we did not deserve but are incredibly grateful for and fortunate to have. It is a wonder watching you grow and change, watching you roll from front to back and sit on your own and reach for all the things. And I am equal parts excited and terrified of what comes next. You, darling nephew, make me want to build a better world for you, a world where you could shine and bloom into the person you were always meant to be, a world where you know love and light and all the ills of being human are tempered by the knowledge that there is a whole tribe who would move heaven and earth for you. My hope for you, darling nephew, is that you become something greater and kinder and more good than each of us had. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go again. My hope for you, darling nephew, is that you become greater and kinder and more good than each of us that have come before you, and that in whichever way the universe calls, you set the world on fire. My hope for you, darling nephew, is that Santa leaves whatever your little heart could desire under the Christmas tree, but if he forgets a single thing, your aunt will always be waiting in the wings to spoil you and to heap tons of love upon your little head. Titi Lala loves you. So there we go. Also, that's where that La La loves you thing comes from. I say that to Noah all the time. I say Titi La La loves you, and he just giggles like I think he thinks I'm hilarious. I think I'm hilarious. Noah agrees. So I just say Titi Lala loves you all over and over again, and he just laughs. And honestly, look at those dimples. Look at that. Like, who could not love this face? So here is day 13. It's a happy story about a little baby in an ugly sweater that's not ugly at all. And I love how this page came out, even though we had to 100% get on the struggle bus to make it happen. So we are all set. I'm knocking things over. We are all set. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for bearing with me yesterday. I am in a much better place today. I think I owe a lot of it to you, to my friends on Instagram, to my friends on Facebook, and to you, my viewers, for, popping into my comments. I read every single comment and sharing your story with me and sending love and light my way. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Happy December. Happy halfway through December daily season. Like, that is wild that we are almost done. And I will see you tomorrow at day 14. Until next time, keep it crafty, friends, and have the best day.